going on, all you fantastic people? We're at the garden. You know what we're doing today? We're picking beautiful cabbage. It's funny, last year I tried to grow cabbage and I was going to pick them on one weekend and I didn't get to it, and I was going to come back the next weekend and beautiful cabbage, and they had literally torn open like a big ass Pac-Man and they were ruined. I couldn't salvage them. But this year we have epic beautiful cabbage, so we're going to pick those. Today's the 27th of July 2024, Saturday. So we're going to take these cabbage, we're going to take them home, and we're going to make sauerkraut. I've never made it before, but I got a buddy who's taught me how. So I'm going to make some sauerkraut, and maybe you guys can join me and make some for yourself. All right, let's get these cabbage. We have 4 cabbage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get them. One. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all we're going to do is we're going to strip the leaves off because there's no need to take those home with us. And in the bin it goes. I've got a bin right behind the camera. Not too bad, not too bad. This one's a monster. Some bug damage to it, but that's okay because we're going to peel those outside leaves off anyways. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, time to pack up, head home, making sauerkraut. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in my kitchen, and I'm stripping all the outer leaves off of this cabbage. We're gonna do 4 cabbage, and this is why you want to get into your cabbage, because I really don't think you want those inside of your sauerkraut. I may be wrong. Maybe you're looking for a little extra protein, but I doubt it. So yeah, make sure you go through your cabbage, because we're making a vegetarian dish right now. Okay, so here's what we got going on. We cut the bottom off. I still have to cut that core out. But and then I'm just gonna cut this in quarters so I can shred it. But before I do that, I want a couple of these outer leaves because we need leaves to put into the top of the sauerkraut when we put it in the jar. So before I cut it all up, I'm gonna get a couple of these nice outer leaves. which is actually a little harder than it looks. I think that's probably good for a couple of jars. And I just want to say, there's probably lots of you who are going to watch this video and who've made lots of sauerkraut. I've never done this, so you may be critical of some of the ways I'm going about doing it. I'm just literally going off directions from a buddy of mine who has been making it 8 or 10 years. So if I'm not doing it the way you would do it, just understand I'm literally just going off verbal directions from a buddy of mine. So go easy on me, okay? Awesome. I love you guys. Got a huge ass bowl here. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep all 4 cabbage. I'm going to do them just like this. I'm going to quarter them, cut the core out, put them in here, and then we're just going to move forward. So I'll show you with one, and then you'll have an idea where we're going with the rest. Right? No more core. Okay, so we're going to prep the other 3 cabbage the same way. Peel all the crappy outer leaves off, core them, and quarter them. Okay, so when you're making sauerkraut, you need 2.5% salt by weight of cabbage. Okay, you cannot use iodized salt. You have to use something like that. Okay, non-iodized. So we've zeroed our scale, and now all we're going to do is put the shredded cabbage into there. That'll give us our weight, and then we can run the math and find out how much salt we're going to need. Okay, 3 pounds, 7 ounces, 4 grams. I'm going to write that down. Okay, write that down, 3.7.4. Perfect. Now all I have to do is run some math and break that right down into grams. Okay, so here's how it works out. There is 3 pounds, 7 ounces, 4 grams of cabbage. Okay, that works out to 1,570.5 grams. And then we have to work out the salt percentage, right here, at 2.5% salt, which works out to 39.25 grams of salt. So we weigh out 39.25 grams of salt, and we mix it into that. Using a kitchen food scale, right? I've zeroed the scale, and we're looking for 39.25 grams. I'm getting close. We'll call it 40. There we go. So there's all the salt that we need. It's all done by weight. All right, let's get this scale out of here. Get this scale out of here. And now we're going to pour it all back into the really big bowl. This way we can work with it, right? Let's go here, like that. Now, we're going to put the salt in. Like that. And then apparently we're supposed to just start breaking this down. And from what I'm told, we will start to get brine building up in this bowl. Once the salt starts pulling the juices out of this cabbage. I have a feeling this could take a few minutes. All right, I'm gonna keep going with this, and I'll get back. So these are pretty nice, eh? I like the kit. So we're gonna take 4 of them out and wash and sterilize them and get ready for the next round. What I'm gonna do the rest of those cabbages, get them all done, get them in the jars, and then when all the jars are full of cabbage, I'll come back and I'll show you how we're closing them up, okay? It'll be like that fast for you guys. Ready? Oh, my hands are wet. So, we're on the last bowl. All we're doing is, you don't have to be really rough with it. I've found that just kind of using my hands like blenders, just kind of tossing it and turning it for a few minutes, and you'll get lots of brine building up. Because I don't really want to damage the coleslaw, right? Basically all we're trying to do is just pull the juice out of it using the salt. So we do this 3-4 minutes, and then and this has gone from a full bowl, and this, guys, this is a big bowl. So this went from a full bowl down to what you saw in here in a couple of minutes. All right, got a bunch of brine in the bottom. Gonna pack this into the final jar. Got them all full. Got lots of brine in them. Now, we're going to take some of these cabbage leaves and we're going to pack them down into the top. Basically, we're trying to use the cabbage leaves as a means of holding the rest of the shredded cabbage under the brine. So we're just going to put a couple in the top, like that. Let's get another one over here. Fit them down in. Okay. That seems to be working all right. Because any of the cabbage leaves that come to the surface are probably going to rot. So you use the cabbage leaves as kind of like a cap. All right. So we got that. Those are in. Now, we put our weights in, like that. 2, where's the third one? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now the whole goal here is to make sure that your cabbage stays below the level of brine. Okay, so we got that part. Now, apparently there's only one thing left to do, and I'll get set up and I'll show you. The last thing to do is get 2 sheets of plastic wrap for the top of each one. Lay it down like that, one on top of the other. Like that. And then, apparently all we have to do is put elastic bands around them. So, big fat elastic band I know is not going to fail me. There's one. Two. And 3. Okay, so it's apparently going to take 2 months for these to be ready, give or take. He says you'll know when it's ready. It's also going to stop, or it's really going to slow down producing carbon. I think he said it's carbon dioxide that these are going to produce. So he says every day, twice a day, I have to go and just pull the plastic wrap up and just burp it twice a day. So I'm going to put these in my cool, dark basement, and I'm going to wait for 2 months. Well, I guess that's it for making sauerkraut. I learned a couple things though. You want to know what I learned? All right, let's go through them. 1, it is easier to take the outside leaves off of your cabbage if you cut the bottom of the cabbage off. Okay? Like you guys saw me struggling with the first one. Okay, and also we have 3 jars of sauerkraut. That took 4 cabbages with a total weight of here is, okay, so here's the weights. There's the first one, 3.74 pounds. The next one was 5.5 pounds, 3 grams. The next one was 3 pounds, 88, 3 pounds, 8 ounces, 8 grams. And what ended up happening, I'm only giving you 3 numbers. The third cabbage that I was trying to work on had all kinds of rotten bits in the middle, and I lost about 3/4 of that cabbage. You couldn't even see it from the outside. So I just literally combined the third cabbage and the fourth cabbage to give me that weight right there. So that comes back to the second thing I learned. When you're cutting up your cabbage, it may look nice on the outside, but once you cut it into quarters, you might find that there is rotten parts in the middle of your cabbage that you can't see from the outside. So once you quarter your cabbage, take a good look in there, pull all the leaves of the cabbage apart, all the layers, and you might find stuff that looks like this. Okay? And I am not putting that in my sauerkraut. And there was a whole layer of that inside the third cabbage, and I tried to salvage as much of that cabbage as I could, but I got maybe 1/4 of it, give or take, 1/4 to 1/3, probably less than 1/3. So that's why you only saw 3 weights on that ticket. Another thing is, be diligent when you're going through your cabbage, because I found slugs 6 to 10 layers inside the very outside of the cabbage. So unless you're looking for extra protein in your sauerkraut, be diligent and get ready to look for slugs. Keep your eyes open. And all that black stuff that you see, that's frass. So that's insect poop. You don't want that in your sauerkraut either. Other than that, the process wasn't complicated. It just comes down to cutting and measuring. I did not cut it in nice bits because I knew once it was going in the bowl, it was going to get all broken up anyways, so why make it look real good just to tear it to shreds anyhow. So I hope this really helps, guys. I'm super excited to be doing this. I tried to do this last year, it failed. I tried to do it at the homestead, and it was like something died in my kitchen. It was horrible. So 2 months from now, we're going to be eating sauerkraut. So when this is ready in 2 months, what I will do is I won't try it until I turn the camera on, and we'll do this together. Okay? So there we go. Sauerkraut in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was kind of a learning experience for me too. So the numbers are right though, the percentages are right, so you guys can follow my process. Be prepared to have my floor is a fucking mess. So be prepared to get a little bit messy. Don't use iodized salt because it won't work. And grow good food, and then make good food out of the food you grew. Subscribe if you haven't, because we're really going to build up the channel. Have an awesome day. I'll see you later. Bye.